terrified.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not great with people, so yeah.
Do you think it's pretty normal that people are terrified on their first day in a new environment, a new bunch of people?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll pass, but for now I'm still a bit shaky.
Maybe think about all the stuff I was actually bad at. Make me think about how much stuff I'm going to fail in life if I keep doing this.
Alright. What's that big picture look like at the end?
Not good.
In the flash?
Yeah.
Being anxious all the time and being angry and ever getting miserable. Just worrying in general about, I don't know, like a lot of things.
Now life's changed for me. It's so much easier. So many doors have opened up. And one of the things that I did learn back then was the roads were done back then on the photographs. And I used to always think back to that. Roads, and you know, I'd sometimes Google images and be like, you know, I want to be at that road instead of this road.
Operation Newstart Casey is a program, a re-engagement program for kids that are considered to be at educational risk. We do a variety of activities that introduce the kids to skills and things that they're probably never going to get to do again or have ever done before. We try and build their self-confidence, we try and build their self-esteem, we try and build their ability to work as an individual, we try and build their ability to work in a team. The philosophy behind the program and a theory that we try to use is using narrative therapy as part of our program. The idea of narrative therapy is to get the kids to discuss their life story and try and open up how they're tracking at the time that they arrive on Operation Newstart Casey, and then get them to refocus that life story and try and change that life story as they progress through the program. And then hopefully that life story then works into later in life so that they come with a certain life story, they change that life story while they're here, and then they can see what path they're heading on in the future. Part of that life story is the road cards that we use on the first day and the last day of the program, and little things that they can pull out of those cards that identify with them and how they're going. And then the questions we can ask based around that, around who's in the car with them when they're travelling, how fast are they going, what's up ahead, all those sorts of things. Is there anything jumping out in front? They can relate that to their current life or the life that they want to live in the future.
Today we're at indoor rock climbing and the kids are working on some trust stuff with the partner. They're also working on their confidence and self-esteem and just tackling some heights just to build that inner courage that we're going to use next week when we do high ropes.
The adventure side of the program is about building self-confidence and self-esteem and really getting the group to work as a team.
Just going to check in on Miller and see how she's feeling about today's activity. What are you thinking, Miller?
I'm excited
Yeah.
about being lowered in because that stuff's pretty fun. And about the apparent leap of faith that we have to do.
Oh, you've heard about the leap of faith.
Yes.
What have you been told about the leap of faith?
That if you drop your torch, you're never getting it back.
Yeah, no,
So-
it's a fair drop underneath. You could lose something forever.
Yep. Not so excited about getting wet though. Sounds cold, but everything else I'm pretty pumped about. It sounds fun.
Caving is a magnificent team building experience. The guys absolutely rely on each other to get through, pushing each other up over boulders and catching each other, and all the teamwork is involved in the communication in a really isolated place. It really brings to the fore the leaders in the group. They all realise that they have to support each other in some way to get through it. The welfare side of our program is a crucial element. Having Courtney from YSAS and Matt from Headspace as part of our facilitation team, it gives us referral points for these kids when we have bigger issues to deal with. So if there's a mental health based issue or a family based issue, we certainly have the support avenues with those guys, in particular, but their agencies behind us as well, to get out there and help in whatever aspect of life that it is we need to help with that kid.
Part of the reason why we came onto this program is to give it a holistic approach so that we can work together with the young person, gain the rapport, give them the ongoing mental health support that they may need after the program. It engages the kids and helps them build on their life skills, resilience, as well as coping mechanisms and strategies that they can take out of school and re-engage that back into school.
As part of the program, we have a big community focus in getting the kids involved in a variety of different activities that help the community and not just themselves. Generally, kids in this age group are fairly self-centred and sort of selfish in their focus, and that's part of their brain development, and we realise that. But the more we can engage them in the community and get them to experience different things and realise that other people in the community are doing it hard as well, that they can contribute to making life better for other people, actually builds them up in their own character. So activities that we use to get them involved in the community and build their emotional health include things like Reach, where we do 2 workshops. They meet young facilitators who run them through a whole bunch of emotional based workshops and get them to explore their feelings in front of other people that they don't even know. Spend some time with people with disabilities in a factory at Waverley Industries, which is a really eye-opening experience for the kids in 2 ways. They get to experience factory life and what that would be like working those sort of hours and that sort of activity, but they also get to mingle and communicate with people with disabilities that causes an incapacity to them, and for them to work alongside them sort of breaks down some barriers, and it makes them realise that in reality they've got all their parts that they need to survive and get through in life, which is pretty crucial. This afternoon we're at an organisation called Bikes for Life, where the kids are sharing a bit of time with some of the staff here, or volunteers here, that are helping to fix bikes that are going to be sent to underprivileged communities all around the world. I know they've sent bikes to Africa and Papua New Guinea and to some Aboriginal communities in the Northern Territory, but they also send to local needy groups of kids as well. So we've brought a couple of bikes along that have been stolen property in the past and haven't been claimed, and then the kids are going to spend the next hour or so fixing those bikes, trying to make them into a usable sort of bike so that they can then be put on a container and taken to wherever they're needed. Kids are going to be getting their hands dirty, which is great. They're going to be involved with some other volunteers and meet some other people, and just benefit the community in a bigger way than just themselves. As a facilitator myself, it's always crucial that we get our guest facilitators right on the program, and it takes years to build up the catalogue of good activities or appropriate activities and for guest facilitators that are going to take our kids through activities. People like Peter Hitchener taking us on a Channel 9 studio tour, absolutely brilliant. He engages with the kids, he asks them about their life story and where they're from, and the kids get a real sense of this guy actually does care a bit about us and is interested in our lives. And for a celebrity like Peter to do that, absolutely fantastic on our program. Motley, brilliant facilitator, the way he engages, and he has street cred, so the kids just are drawn to him. The fact that they're doing an engaging activity that involves literacy totally goes out the window for them. They don't get that whole connection. But getting kids engaged that don't normally write much, to write some lyrics about how their life is and then express that and then record that in a studio booth within a day's sort of work is a pretty big activity and something you wouldn't be able to do with a normal school group. But Motley's able to do that because he just has that level of engagement that draws the kids forward.
Hey yo, the first time I saw her, she was with the next dude. I said, listen, Miss Thing, I don't mean to be rude. And then she stopped me right there and said, don't even try it. I've heard every corny line and I don't buy it. I took a step back and said, God damn it, I was just trying to say you're popping out like Janet. She looked down at her chest and then I said, joke. She splashed me in the face with a glass of Diet Coke. Okay, that was a bad start.
So we've been working here at Rising High Studios with Casey Newstart. My name's Motley, by the way. And yeah, the young people have been engaged in lyric writing, songwriting, performing, recording. We've learned the basic techniques of timing and rhyming, and we actually just recorded a hip-hop song here in Yaru Studios. The process has been amazing. These guys are incredible. They just picked it up so quick and easy, and they all discussed issues that were deep inside them, you know, and why they ended up coming to Newstart in the first place. So I guess everyone goes through things in their life and they wanted to put that out in a song. I hope you enjoy it.
My lyrics are about why I'm here at Newstart and the events that sort of led up to me ending up in this program.
Get out, get out, get out of my head. These voices so loud, just want them dead. Their words so cruel, about how he betrayed us. Just being on my own was getting dangerous. Mum started drinking, I gave it a try. These voices felt silent, everything felt fine. I took it to school, got caught in Sesh 3. Now I'm in Newstart, might just have saved me.
I knew in my head the choices were bad. Dictated by mates who thought they were lads. Getting into fights, not doing any work. Being disrespectful, acting like a jerk. Up late, talking to fools, getting late to school. I thought it was cool, but nearly got me out of school. Lying to teachers, like it was nothing, yeah. My mum thought I was bluffing.
It all started when I was 14. Life taking emotional torrents on me. Ruining my life, people told me so. Heart tells me yes, head tells me no. Negative thoughts always filling my mind. Been asking God to give me a sign. Been winding up, been grinding up. The good in the future, I'm here to sign up.
Where I was at the beginning and how I'm trying to change myself, and like past and in this future, really. And the change with Newstart and stuff like that.
Why am I here? Isn't that the question? Just another troubled kid without direction. That was me not too long ago. Used to get upset with my only answer being no. But that isn't the real me, not no more. Now I have direction that's worth fighting for. Now I set the standard for myself and my mates. Chase down happiness, future's looking great.
For me it all started when I took the wrong track. Time is changing, time to go back. Back in the day when I was like 12, I was trying to fit in so I wasn't myself. Got with the wrong people, started skipping class. Wounded myself with not so sharp glass. Not really myself, like I was wearing a mask. And you started giving me a whole new task.
Basically about the life that I've had that led up to me stuffing up and all that. That's had a big impact on my life now. Sort of made the person I am today.
Never wanted this, but I thought it was fate. Always playing the victim, never to retaliate. Dad walked out when I was like 4. Packed his bags and out through the door. And Mum, yeah, she had a mental breakdown. She was never the same, she always wore a frown. Have I done something? Am I to blame? Shouldn't think like that, let's play the game.
So far my life's been full of bad habits. Stuck to me just like a huge magnet. I pushed it away and now I feel free. Let's hope these bad habits don't come back to me. Smoking, fighting and skipping school. Then I realised that stuff ain't cool. Mirror staring back at me, now I see. Never again, that stuff ain't me.
It all started when expectations were high. Class, clown, reputation was in everybody's eye. Trouble started to follow wherever I go. people wanna judge, but they just don't know what's going on inside. I'll take you on a ride, always playing up cause the real me I hide. But here I am at Newstart making a change. The real me is here like I'm free from a cage.
Lately I've found when I start to think aloud, there's a longing in this sound. There is more I could be. In darkness I'll leave for a place I've never seen. It's been calling out to me. This is where I should be.
We use a lot of the adventure activities along the program to build up towards the second last week of the program, which is the expedition. The expedition is all about testing their skills and putting them in survival situations where they have to use some independent thought and process, but then focus on the team as well. It's a test, it's a physical test, it's a mental test. Things like abseiling, and it can be stressful, it can put kids in a panic situation. And we're here to help them and support them through that and give them strategies to help them stop from panicking, and that's a real life skill. Putting them out on solo, so getting them to build their own shelter and sleeping out in the bush by themselves, giving them that independence, giving them that solo time where they've got 12 hours out in the bush where they can't talk to anyone. A lot of these kids wouldn't have experienced that. It certainly builds up their own courage and their own independence. And when they come in the morning and they're proud, the smiles are massive. And quite often, they'll even ask to do it again the following night.
Mark. Yeah. I kind of felt that way. Is that your speed? What? Is that your speed?
The teamwork, the encouragement, the bonding that happens on a 3-day camp or a 4-day camp, absolutely crucial to our program and the way we work together. We love that experience. We love the 3-day hike. We love getting them over some mountains. We love pushing them hard to get to a reward. So hiking up a mountain to see that view at the top and then sitting down and appreciating what we have, that's a big part of what we do.
Big 3 days here in the cathedrals, and it's a real challenge right at the end of the program. The guys are a week away from graduating, and this is like the culmination of all their skills and survivor sort of things, and their self-confidence and their ability to push through obstacles and that sort of thing, so that they feel better about themselves. Part of the big challenge of today is to get to the top here at Cathedral Peak, which is where we are having lunch. And the guys have felt the success and been pushed to their limits. A few struggled up the hill, but to make it this far, they're all really proud of themselves, and they're ecstatic that they get to look over the edge and see the view that's behind me, which is pretty awesome on a day like today.
I really enjoy having like a small group of kids. Makes it easier to get to know them a lot more. They started out very quiet and I guess closed up, and now they're more as a group and a team and open with each other and able to talk about stuff. I take them to do stuff they've never, most of them never done before, and see them grow from like week 1 to week 8 is unbelievable.
Do you feel like you've achieved much on the program?
Yeah, like when I look back at the activities, I think I've done really well, and so I'm quite proud of myself.
And is there anything in particular that you've learnt about yourself while you've been on the program?
Probably that I can do a lot more than I thought I could. Like some of the activities I didn't think I'd really be able to do them, and then I've come out and I've actually been like pretty good. So yeah, just that like if I put my mind to it, I can do it. So
that's a pretty big thing to realise. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we've come to the end of the program for Intake 28. It's been a really interesting program, and we've got all 8 participants through the program, which doesn't always happen. Graduation was superb. They all performed brilliantly, and they all presented themselves really well. And surprised their family in a lot of instances at how well they did.
I was so embarrassed at first, then it got really funny.
We had some special guests. We had Peter Hitchener there. That brightened the kids' day. And it was great to have a former participant in Nellie, who'd been with us 2.5 years ago, come along as Casey's sister and sort of share her experiences and bring back some memories for her, and to see that she's doing really well after the program as well.
And how's life for you right now? Can you tell us a bit about what's going good at the moment?
Life's really good for me at the moment. I'm doing my diploma in management and business.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and also studying, and also I'm doing management at Doco.
Sometimes halfway through the program we start to wonder, gee, have we got it wrong? Is this group gonna make it through? But then we have to remind ourselves to trust the program. The program, it's been around for a while now, sort of 15 years, and it comes to the point where you just have to trust the program and trust the design that it follows. The 8 weeks is crucial. 3 days a week with us, the interactions they have with the facilitators, the design where they see lots of different facilitators throughout the program, that helps introduce them to new people and new ways of talking and new ways of experiencing life that they haven't done before. They're all crucial elements to the program, and they all bring their own sort of life lessons, which is what it's all about.
For me, Casey Newstart helped me with my people skills. It helped me learn how to act around different sorts of people that I might not have been around in my everyday life or in my social life. It helped me also with being able to open myself up to actually ask for help when I needed it, and I would 10 out of 10 would recommend for anyone else, because the range of people that I've met with different starts and different things going on, and it's helped every single one of them, so would recommend to anyone.
Our schools appreciate what we do. They are super supportive of the program, and they want the program to survive and thrive in any way that it possibly can. We seek support from agencies outside of Operation Newstart and outside of the Education Department. We seek philanthropic funding, we seek grants, everything we can do to keep this place running, to keep it servicing the community, to keep it making kids' lives better, and that's really what we're here for.